Since me and Leo got together nearly 7 years ago, we've been traveling a lot, year in, year out, because we like to make the most of it. It's something we like to do. So we do go on holiday quite a lot. This year we've got 9 trips in total. So one big one to Asia, 4 in Europe, 2 in London, and 2 more local ones. So like Scotland, or we're popping down to Durham for a weekend to see friends. Now, because do always seem to be popping away somewhere, yeah, we do get quite a lot of negative comments about it. For example, I was speaking to my nan the other day to let her know that her birthday present was going to arrive early because we get back on her birthday. What did she tell me? Oh, well, it must be good having so much money. Another example is a friend of mine turned around the other day and said to me, oh, it must be good to have a husband with money so you can keep doing this. Wait, it must be nice having a husband who can pay for me. Really? Rude. So first things first, what is our kind of income looking like? So as I said earlier, my husband is a nurse. He works full time as a nurse, and they do not earn a hell of a lot of money. They don't earn anywhere near as much as they should for the job they are doing. On top of that, I work 3 days a week at a gelato shop in town. It is living wage and it's 3 days a week, so also not a hell of a lot of income. There's no kind of magic money bank full of an inheritance from an extremely rich relative. It is literally just our 2 incomes. So how do I manage my finances so the little bit that I do earn doesn't just get frittered away? So first of all, I have 2 bank accounts. So each month I set myself a budget. So say £100 a week. If there's 4 weeks in that month, that is £400. So anything above and beyond £400 gets transferred into another account. Then each week, although I have budgeted myself, say £100, I will take out 40 in cash. That cash will sit in my wallet, and this is a big one because when you're having to physically hand over cold hard cash, it makes you think a bit more of like, oh, do I really want to part with this? So I keep it in my wallet. I use 90% of my stuff cash. Obviously, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to use a card because it's online or the machine's broken or whatever. So you do it with your card. So that's why I've got some in cash and the stuff I'd rather not use in card. At the end of each week, whatever I have got left over in my wallet goes straight into like a savings bowl here at home. On top of that, I save 50p pieces because they're not a lot of money. They're not like a small amount of money, and you don't tend to get them very often. So any 50p's go straight in the bowl during the week, and at the end of the week, everything else goes in there. Then at the end of the month, if there's anything left over and I've not kind of dipped into my savings, I clear my account completely and then I get my new income. Now, when it comes to the bowl I have at home, what I then do is if I get any tips from work, because it's found money, I'm not expecting it. It could be £10, it could be 2p. Any of that goes into the bowl as well. And all of that then gets transferred into foreign currency. So because we're going to Thailand next, at the moment I've been making it all into Thai baht. Soon I will now be transferring it into euros because we're next going to the Eurozone. So by the time I then come to my holiday, I've got a pile of spending money sitting there and I've not even noticed it. It's not like I've had to last minute find some money to transfer into spending money. My spending money is already there. So that's how I deal with my finances. So on top of that, there are other things that I do to save money. Now, some of them I do specifically to save money, and some of them I do because it's just not my thing. For example, I don't smoke and I don't drink. I've never been a smoker. I did a couple of years of being a drunken student, and then I got my driving license. I became designated driver, and alcohol just hasn't appealed since. It's just not something that I enjoy. So why spend all that money on it when I'm really not going to enjoy it? We don't have a car because we live in the middle of a city. There's absolutely no point for us to have a car. I get for some people that it is essential, but for us, it really isn't. Clothes shopping. I don't go clothes shopping every month. I don't have to buy the new latest thing. I either buy one expensive item that will last me and I will take care of it. I will fix it. I will sew it up. Well, Leo will sew it up, but I get one good thing and I will make it last. Or if I find something cheap that I really like, I will buy multiple of them. So I will buy 2 or 3 and I will rotate them so that they don't wear out as quick. And then when they do wear out, I wear them to death. I will literally wear things until they have holes in them, which, given my whole look, kind of works. So I'm lucky with that. I will wear things until they fall apart. It's the same with shoes. I have Doc Marten boots and I look after them. I wax them, I clean them, I make sure that they are looked after so that they last me. I have a pair that I bought when I was 16 and I still have them to this day. I love them to pieces. They have massive holes in them. They need a new pair of soles on them, but I still have them because I have looked after them. As you can also see, I don't tend to wear makeup. I do sometimes, like if we're going out for dinner or if we're going to do something nice, I will wear makeup. But that also brings down the cost of things a lot. Like, I know people that go through fresh makeup every month. It's just not me. So it's another thing that I don't spend money on. A big one, we don't have kids. We're not going to have kids. We have no interest in having kids. We have a cat instead, and he is so much cheaper. So that's another big spend out that we just don't have. Food shopping wise, we tend to spend on average between £25 and £30 a week. Now that is for 2 people and a cat. It's because we buy fruit and veg and whole grains and bread. That tends to be about it. If we're going to have anything processed, it will be once in a blue moon, and it will be because something like Linda McCartney sausages are on offer at £1. And I'll buy a couple of them, put them in the freezer, and they'll last us a good couple of months because we don't eat them very often. Anything above and beyond that, I will make myself because it is vastly cheaper. And because I only work 3 days a week, I have the time to put that effort in to make my own. On a big week, now I'm talking once a month, maybe once every other month, we will spend between £50 and £60 a week on groceries. And that will be because we are getting like a 10 kilogram bag of rice, which will last us 6 months. And last but not least, for the kind of week to week things we do to save money, I will walk to work instead of taking the bus because it's just so much less stressful. I get the exercise out of it. I don't have to be on a hot, stuffy bus crammed with people, and I save myself £1.60 in the process, which, when you're doing it like time and time again, it does add up, and that's more money to go in that little savings bowl to then turn into my spending money. We will, if we're taking a train somewhere, 9 times out of 10, I will pre-book it so that we get the cheapest options. Now, all these money saving things that I don't just do at home. We do them on holiday as well. So, for example, we'll book an apartment instead of a hotel. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive. However, when I can cook breakfast for us, cook dinner, cook lunch, I can cook things for us at home, away from home, it saves us a lot of money. Plus, one of my favourite things to do on holiday is to have a look around foreign supermarkets. You find amazing ingredients there, like all kinds of fantastic things that you otherwise wouldn't. So this way we can cook our own things, we can experiment, and we can enjoy what the locals eat from the local supermarkets or markets. We tend to book our holidays based on where is cheap at the time. So we will have a date in mind and then we'll have a look online and see what's cheap that week. We've ended up in some amazing places because of that. That's how we first ended up in Berlin. We wouldn't have gone there otherwise if it hadn't been the cheapest option. Now we love it there and we go back once a year to see friends and to catch up on things. The same as when I'm booking our hotels, I will use booking.com because it has, you can filter it from the cheapest to the most expensive. We tend to go within like the first 3 or 4 places because they're the cheapest, and you don't have a booking fee. You don't even have to pay there and then. So it's spreading the cost of things. You pay for your airfare up front, you put your little like 50p's, pounds, whatever in your little bowl, and you transfer that for your spending money, and then when you get there you pay for the hotel. You're spreading the cost of it. Ultimately, I would rather go to the cheapest destination, cook my own breakfast, and explore a city on foot for free than have one big extravagant holiday a year. I'd rather see the world. I want to experience it, and I want to see things. Like, what's the point in spending loads of money on a big hotel that you're never going to use? But this is just us. This is how we do it. This is how I work with my money and how we can justify going away because it's a priority to me. This is how I spend my money because this is what is important to me. I'm not saying if you want to go and do one big holiday a year and have a massive blowout that it's wrong. If it makes you happy and it's what you want to do, then all power to you. But this is how we want to do it. This is what we would prefer. We'd rather go on 6 holidays for the price of one and see more of the world. It's each to their own, and it's your own priorities. This is our priority. It's down to whatever you think is priority for you.